show, The Tüdorys on Showtime, proves that politicians were juggling women way before governors of New York. And these royals, by the way, if you watch it, they sound more like Charles and Di than Henry and Anne Boleyn. Take a look.
She still makes your shirts. How could you let her?
I hadn't even thought about it.
You told me there was nothing intimate between you anymore.
There isn't. What's intimate? They're just shirts, for God's sake.
No, they're not just shirts. They are you and me. They are you and her.
I don't understand.
Then you ought to. It's so hard when we're to be married, but she's still here. You can't have 3 people in a marriage. Why can't you see that?
And why can't you understand that I've more things to think about than my shirts?
Very timely. Please welcome Jonathan Rhys Meyers and Natalie Dormer.
What did you do? What did you do with your gorgeous costumes? Look at the 2 of you. I'm broken hearted. I wanted to see the ruffles and the things and the tights and the...
Hello.
This couldn't be more timely, this show, you know, with everything going on.
It's the second year, second season. Yeah.
And then Barbara was saying this morning that 54% of Americans, I believe it was, say that they know somebody who's in a 3-way of some sort, you know. Not together, but, you know. But in an unfaithful marriage. How do you know anybody like that?
No. I don't associate with such people, but it can be difficult. I mean, you know, the world moves so fast these days, and people are traveling around a lot, and people are so busy.
Yeah, well,
it's
you
careers.
Just knocked off you just cut their heads off.
Yes.
Henry.
The joy of being king. You don't have to go through divorce courts, the lawyers, the bills.
Kill them. It's economical, right?
It's economical.
What can we expect this season?
I think where we left it last season is, you know, the sexual frustration between Anne and Henry battling the Vatican to get the divorce. By the time you come to them in season 2, things have gotten very, very dangerous. You know, in season 1, especially for Henry had to be a youth, and he had to go through all those mistakes, and he had to have failures, and all those women. By the time he gets to season 2, you see more of the man that Henry becomes, this very, very vicious, paranoid, aggressive man. And he realizes that he's sacrificed an awful lot in his kingdom to marry this incredibly beautiful woman.
Played by Miss Natalie Dormer.
Played by an incredibly beautiful Natalie Dormer. Fancy that. And so, you know, things go on, but it gets very dangerous. It's very dangerous for this lady.
Well, Natalie, you play Anne Boleyn, who is often portrayed in a bad light because Henry VIII was still married, and he left Catherine, divorced Catherine,
and
changed his religion, actually, and got with you. Now, you don't see her as bad. How do you see her?
No, the image of Anne Boleyn's kind of been hijacked. It's been polarized from her critics and her friends, you know, with the political situation, the Reformation. She's demonized or, you know, put on a pedestal, depending. So the joy for me was trying to find the humanity. She's just a girl in a situation.
Right, and you actually have, I mean, you have the audience.
Dream, really.
Well, you know, there's a passion there. There's a passion. You actually feel, you know, as far as you playing the mistress, even in that one clip, you still get the feeling of the pull and people kind of wanting you to have your space in there. You know, you do a great job of adding sympathy to that role.
You know, one of the things that made this program so successful its first season and this season as well are those steamy love scenes. I mean, there's more close-ups and it's more... I mean, it's very exciting. It's supposed to be like the hottest sex scenes. And you said recently in TV Guide, you said that you worry, I'm quoting you, we may be getting worked up for these sex scenes for the wrong reasons. So why are we getting, in your opinion, all worked up?
I shouldn't have said that, should I? But no, what I was trying to get across was, you know, it seems to be almost shocking. This amount of sexual activity. You've got to think about sex in that time as well. Sex was an economic thing. If you had children, if you had 3 beautiful daughters, you could be very wealthy.
I'm quoting you. You want to say it, or do you want me to read it?
I'll say it. I said that, you know, I think we're all getting worked up over nothing, and I think that that we're all too busy in our lives to be doing the real thing. I think if we turned off our televisions and got into bed, we wouldn't be so shocked.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I hear that you like being in New York, Natalie, huh? Even though you're an English girl.
I love New York.
What do you love about it?
Oh, it's just such a fun, fast city.
Yeah.
There will always be a warm place in my heart for New York, because the last time I was here was when I auditioned for the role.
Oh.
To audition
Did you have
for.
to do sex scenes for the role?
I met Johnny, and within 5 minutes we were all over each other.
That was part of the
It was a
audition?
very hard audition.
Are you uncomfortable doing those sex scenes? Because Jonathan says he isn't.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I'm not uncomfortable doing the sex scenes, because I kind of put it out of my mind, and it's it's very technical. You've got 50 guys standing around who've seen it all.
Do you
Who've
feel
seen
that
every,
way?
Yeah, well, the boom operator is worrying about his job, the camera operator is worrying about his job. You've got 4 more scenes to shoot that day. It's business. It's the job.
Are you
It's
totally nude in those scenes?
Not totally, no.
Pretty much, though.
Pretty much, yeah, but there's very, very tight contracts. You're protected. You're respected by this closed set.
I heard you're wearing some tight corsets or something now. Like, what happened to your body? I was reading something about it.
Yeah, your shape of your body changes.
Yeah, from the corsets?
Yeah, when you're in a corset for like months and months on end, like, we're shooting for 5 months.
Right.
Your muscles, your body sort of...
Does it get better or worse?
Well, it's just a different shape, because it's being restricted in a certain position day in, day out.
Let's get tied up.
You get a smaller waist.
They call them Spanx today.
Jonathan and Natalie, thank you so much for coming. And I'm just trying to figure out how you telling me I can't get worked up. You have got to see these scenes, and you guys, you are wonderful.
You are.
Thank you for coming by. The Tüdorы premiere Sunday, March 30th on Showtime, and everybody in our audience is going home with a copy of season 1 on DVD.